Kings Club Casino. Yet King Harold here with you, where we work professional baccarat for a full-time profession or as a side hustle. We don't have any entertainment plans here. You're not in here to have fun. You're in here to make money, and we're working hard to find the absolute no losses baccarat way to play. We've been on the road to this for quite some time. We're already at the level that we win a whole lot, but winning a whole lot's not enough. I watch a lot of things on YouTube where they win every now and then, and they think they're all the game, and the blackjack wins sometime, loses sometime. The baccarat does the same. Well, that's not what we're about. We've got to find a way to do it all the time. You got to win every time. So this is King Harold here. I've got a kingdom that will be filing in. If you're here for the first time, you're welcome to join and leave a comment, and I'll try to respond to it as I'm juggling the camera and the iPad and the bets to show the three-phase approach to the King's ultimate three-phase game. Taking always minor modifications and tweaks to try to make it better, to try to find the way that it stands up all the time. We may not be there yet, but we're getting close, and we're going to keep working it, and you'll see it tonight, what we're trying to do. This is going to be the three-phase, two deep. We've gone three deep before. I'm not so sure that's the way to work it, but we're going to try two deep tonight as we're in the lab working for instructive purposes here, and Trish Graves is in the house. Welcome. How you doing? And we'll have everybody filing in. We got four in now. We're going to get some more, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to do. And I have a couple of odd topics to to go back over again that we have spoken about earlier. We got Trish and Chuck Ritter, Gary Sherinian. Hey guys, so get them all in the house tonight. This is the Kingdom joining the King for a night of baccarat, where we work professional style and side hustle style, and no entertainment. We're not here. We're not here to have fun, play the game. We're here to make money. We got a three-phase approach. I'm going to go too deep on each level, and we will advance from the low roller to the mid roller to the high roller if necessary. But the whole point is to make your money every time and then get out of there and go home, because the casino is indeed the toughest road game in the world. It's the game where they write the rules and they also officiate the game. Can you imagine trying to play a game like that? We got Kevin Sprouse here. Good evening, my friend. And we got 11 in the house. So I'll begin to talk about a couple of things before we start the baccarat. So we got a race coming up at Saratoga tomorrow for all you guys who are interested in horse racing. I'm heavily touting the number 4 horse in the second race. Bourbon Serengeti is the name. Is trained by Richard Dutrow and going to be ridden by Jose Ortiz. The trainer is a great trainer, and the rider is a great rider, and the racing conditions are ideal for this horse. Right in company. He's racing against horses that he definitely can handle, or rather she. This is a filly. But she does have an issue that I'm sure they've been trying to train her out of, but in the stretch, she doesn't switch leads. She tends to hang on her left lead, which is a very difficult situation for a horse to run their absolute best. A horse turning into the stretch is running with their left lead out in the front. The left lead leg is leading, and they switch leads around a 3/16 mile to go over to the right leg, and all horses get a little freshening when they switch leads. And I use the example of, it's like you've got a heavy suitcase in your right hand and you're crossing a parking lot, and as your right arm gets a little tired, you switch the suitcase to the left arm, and now you're really freshened and you can carry the suitcase better. The same thing happens with a horse when they switch leads from the left lead in the stretch to the right lead. They get a little bit freshening and they get a little more stronger there. And if you don't switch the leads, you're staying on that same lead all the way to the wire, and it does compromise you somewhat. So we're going to find out tomorrow if she's still got a switching lead problem or not, and if she's good enough to win that race. But Bourbon Serengeti, the number 4 in the second race at Saratoga tomorrow, is my tip to anyone who's interested in horse racing. The next thing I would say is, if you're interested in the baseball bet that I give you, the home team playing a 3-game series beginning on Friday will win at least one game 94% of the time. They'll only lose the whole 6%, and therefore you've got a solid bet that you can make by betting on a home team all 3 games. And if you bet the very first game to win $100, say the Orioles are what you might call plus 140 tomorrow or minus 140, You may have to bet $140 to get back $100 profit. Bet 140, get back 240. And if you win that game, that's the end of your betting because you won it. But if you lose it, you got to come back on second Saturday and you got to bet enough to get $100 profit plus recover all your bets. And if they should lose Saturday, then you got to do the same thing Sunday. And so you might get pretty deep on your bet, but you're going to have to do it if you believe in the process of the home team will only get swept 6% of the time. And being swept, you got to lose all three. So if they lose the first two, you got a very, very strong chance that you're going to win that third game on Sunday. So if you're a baseball bettor, that's what you do. Play the Orioles against the Florida Marlins, 3-game series. One of the other factors that's in play is tomorrow will be the 11th and then the 12th and then the 13th day of the Marlins on a road trip. So they've been in hotels now for over 10 days. They've been playing every day. That's an 8-hour shift each day in the ballpark. And so these guys are going to be a little bit run down while the Orioles have been sitting at home eating blue crab and relaxing and playing their home games. So the Orioles should be fresh and they should be ready to win, for heaven's sakes, at least one game. So, good evening, Mr. Green Shark. Let it ride. You know, anybody that plays horses loves that movie. It may not be very authentic, but it sure is a lot of fun. Matter of fact, of all the horse racing movies I've watched, there's only been a few of them that have been really um, following how horse racing really is. And Let It Ride deviates quite a bit too. But the Secretariat movie was not very accurate in portraying the actual horse Secretariat. Of course, I've followed Secretariat all the time during those races in 1973. I know all about them. And uh, and then the Seabiscuit movie, while it was a lot of fun, it also had introduced so many goofy things in it. So you can enjoy the movie for what it is, but they certainly are not an accurate portrayal. And there was some time many years ago that I was definitely looking forward to being a jockey myself, and I got to ride a bunch of really good horses and learn about that game from the inside. So good evening, JP. Good to have you, buddy. So tonight we're going to do the King's Ultimate 3-phase, but we're only going to go too deep on the bets, and we're going to see how it works. I've tweaked the money at low, mid to high. So we're looking for the low profit for a low roller, which is $50. And so that's going to give us, we're going to bet 2 times that we're going to have a player repeat. We got a player win there. The player has won 1 time. Let's show you there. The players won 1 time. We're kind of starting at about 3/4 deep in the shoe also, but the players won 1 time. So the King's Ultimate says, give the player a shot to repeat. We have done this for 3 bets, and 3 bets does work, but you also can get in deep on your D'Alembert if you lose all 3 straight. You certainly can lose 3 straight here, lose 2 in the low roller and then 1 in the mid roller, but we are going to graduate based on whether we have lost 2 or not. But we're going to begin right now with up $10 units, 4 units, down 3 units of $10. We're looking to make $50. And so that's why we will start with a $50 bet on the player, betting that the player will repeat in this bet or the next bet. If we lose 2, we're going to graduate to the mid roller. Here we go, first bet. And that's very easy right there, plus $50. If we're playing it this way, we go home right now. You were a professional, you're playing side hustle money or full professional money, you just made $50 and we go home. But since we're doing this for instructive purposes, I'm going to continue playing and give it a chance to beat me down. I'm going to sit here and play some numbers and let's see what happens to us as we go on. But as you can see, that's the second player bet. Now I want to switch over to the banker. So I'm going to play until I have a single banker. I'm going to play with no bet. I'd be sitting at the table watching everybody else bet until I get a single banker. That's what I'm going to do. We've got 3 players is what we've got. So we're not betting again. We got our $50 in our pocket. We're going to restart. I'll show you how to do that. So with this, I'll get rid of this $50 right now. I always tease Chuck about this, Chuck Ritter style. But sometimes you hit this thing on tie. Now we're stringing those player wins. We got nothing to do with it. Yeah, Green Shark, JP. I was at Elmont, Long Island in 1973 for that Secretariat race because I was in the military station at McGuire, New Jersey at the time, and I followed Secretariat all over. There was no bet to make because he was such low odds, but to see him win that race by 31 lengths, it was off the scale, crazy. It's a day I will never ever forget. A very hot day at Belmont Park, and I sat there on the grass all day long waiting to see the Secretariat Sham Showdown, which fizzled because Sham had physical problems during the race. Also, he was also a great racehorse, but Secretariat. All the honors in the world. And the thing that about Secretariat that proves the point of he was a 3-year-old and he won all those races. And then later in the year, he ran against 4-year-olds. And there were 2 4-year-olds that were good, solid horses, older horses as it is. And it proved the point of the older horse has some advantages when facing the 3-year-old because Secretariat did lose 2 races to unknown 4-year-olds. One of them's name was Onion and the other's name was Prove Out. So the Onion and Prove Out triumphs over Secretariat proved that the older horse has some advantages. But as Secretariat continued to grow and became a 4-year-old, he was undefeated again, and he beat everybody again. So all the points were made for who Secretariat actually was. Good evening, Don Montgomery and Michael Steinfeld. Your brother was there. There you go. I love it. Something like that will never occur again. You're not going to see somebody win a Belmont Stakes by 31 lengths again. No, you won't. Okay, so we've got a banker win there. So we're going to bet $50. We're still on low roller. We've got a $50 win in our pocket. So we wanted to switch over to the banker. We did get that switch right there. So we're going to play. We're playing too deep, but we do have all 3 phases available to us in our D'Alembert levels of low to mid to high roller. Here is the first bet of this round. Now that's going to be a $48 win, but that's enough for us because now we're up $98. And so I am going to lose this 48 if I can because I want to play one more round for us. Not only is that good, but that gives us 1 player bet there. So now we get to switch back over to player. We had a player bet, then we had a banker bet, now we have a player bet. I like waiting out to where we switch back and forth, that we don't play the same side. It could be just my own instincts, but my feelings are that you need to balance this game out because it's an actuarial game in which the numbers show up. Let's just go ahead and take a look at where it is right now. I haven't done this before. Such a romp. Yep, it's definitely, if you're a romantic, watching Secretariat will do it to you. So let's say that the banker has 3, 6, 9, 11, 15, 17, 18, 21, 22, 25, 27 for the banker, and the player has 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 16, 17. So it is dramatically in favor of the banker right now. And this thing does work out that way, that it will balance out over time. But right now we're going to go to the player for $50. And so this is actually the odds would be in favor of the banker here, or rather would be in favor of the player here because we've got a scale tipped in the favor of the banker in this game so far, but we'll see. And so there's our $50 bet. We're up $98 anyway. So there is our $50 bet on the player. So that's another 50 there. So now we're up $148. We're going too deep. We've not even got out of the low roller. I'll take one more time. This will be the kiss of death for me here because I shouldn't be pressing this far. When you get your money, you should be leaving, and I'm not being undisciplined tonight. This is a lab, this is a workshop, this is for instructive purposes, but I would have left if I was playing low roller in a casino. I would have left. So that is, oh gosh, how did I do that? Oh, I bet 48 instead of 50, I guess. I don't know. 2 million. Well, anyway, so we'll see how this goes. We'll leave it at 2,106,002. I'm take that note down. We're going to make one more bet, see if it draws us all the way to the high roller level or not. We're going to bet banker now, and the banker has been dominating, so really it should flip over here and it should beat us this time. But we're going to put $50. Oh, I think we played the banker there. I'm not even sure. I've lost track whether we played the banker, but I'm going to go ahead and play the banker here. Um, I'm reading Michael Steinfeld. Yep. It balances out. Sometimes it swings wildly in the middle of a shoe or as the shoe goes, but overall, this is an actuarial game that comes out at about 50-50, usually with a little bit of a favoritism to the banker. We're gonna play $50 on the banker here, betting that this banker will repeat. We will only play two times though. Let's see how it goes right now. And that's how it goes right there. So we won $50 because we had the two there. So let's just go ahead and call it 48. So we won 48 twice. That's 96. We won $100 the other. So we won $196. I want you guys that are out there who play the simulations like oh, okay. See, Chuck, sorry if I played it wrong, but we won it anyway. So, Chuck Ritter, I want you to play, if you would, these three phases in your simulations, going too deep. And I'll go ahead and tell you what we were going to do. We were shooting for $50 win on low roller, and we were playing units of $10, up four, down three. If we'd gotten to mid roller, I moved the first bet to $150 because I don't want you to be around. I want you to get the money back. So the mid roller is $150 first bet. It's $25 units and up four, down three, just like all the way through. But instead of $10 units, it's 25. Instead of starting with 50, you start with 150. And then for the high roller, if you do end up getting to the high roller level, the beginning bet is $250, and you're using $50 units, up four, down three. So it's 50, 150, and 250, and it's $10, $25, and $50 units per phase. All are up four units, down three, designed to get your money and reset back to the low roller. So we're going to come back and we're going to keep showing this. I want everybody to know it and everybody to have it inside and out. I am flying to Las Vegas on Monday, and I will be at the South Point Casino, and we'll figure out all these other things of expenses and things like that. I was unable to get a really reasonable airfare because of being pushed toward the end, and Allegiant wasn't available on the day I'm going to need to come back. So I had to go ahead and go with Southwest getting out there. But anyway, this trip here is going to show us some ideas of where we are and where we can possibly go. And I'm always a believer in let the game show you where you are. If I go out there and the game hands me my head, well, then that's just the way it is, and we'll admit to what we got, and we'll go from there. But I'm going to have to play it hard. I'm going to have to play it smart. I intend on doing all that, and I do have King John out there to ride shotgun with me, and so I'm not all alone out there. But getting ready to go do it and see what kind of noise we can make. God bless you all. Hit me a like on the way out if you would, please, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.